All right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. Always sip, never slam. And we are again here at Doggers in Yelm. Now, I believe it is, let's see, I'd have to look at my calendar here, but we've already scheduled the next recording at Doggers, and it is going to be June 23rd. So June 23rd is when we're recording the next one. So, but there'll be an event if you want. Sign up to our Facebook event, and that way you can be alerted when it comes, and you also get the nerd news every day. So, as soon as Dogger is ready, he's pouring audience members. The Kilbeggan, is that how you say it?
Yeah, so we took a poll, and Kilbeggan went out by a hair from JD. Since we haven't actually reviewed JD or Jack Daniels on this show, I think we had, no, that's not quite true. We had Gentleman Jack and regular Jack.
We did a taste test against the two to see if we can taste the difference.
Well, right, and we could taste the difference.
Barely.
And we decided that the regular was better.
We did, yes, exactly, yeah. The regular was better, and we could barely tell a difference between the two. So, we determined that Gentleman Jack was not at all worth the price of the price increase. Anyways, coming up to the stage right now is Dogger himself to pour a little bit of Kilbeggan. So this is an 80 proof. It is an Irish. Too bad our buddy Christian Doyle isn't here to give his opinion on that. I don't know. I heard. I think he's busy. I think he's busy with more zombie Orpheus productions. I think they've got.
We got any updates on release dates for them?
I got to say, I've failed them miserably on keeping up with anything other than Journey Quest. But I know that. I think that they are about ready. I think the next thing they put out is going to be Gamers, part of the Gamers Darkness Rising series. And we'll probably, when they start releasing the next one, we'll probably have either Christian or one of the other guys from Zombie Orpheus come down here with us and do kind of an in-person thing. And you know what we could do? I'll bet you we could talk to Zombie Orpheus, and maybe on the 23rd. What do you think about doing we could put like some kind of a screen up and have people come in here and watch Journey Quest? Yeah. If you haven't seen Journey Quest, it's an amazing show. Basically, imagine Lord of the Rings if it was a comedy, and if Gandalf the Wizard was a completely inept loser, and that's pretty much Journey Quest. So it's a favorite of ours. But anyways, Kilbeggan, I don't know, any of you guys ever tried this before?
Yeah, actually, I personally have. If I remember correctly, I almost think that we had brought this to be. I think we might have reviewed this a long time ago when I first started in the podcast. My girlfriend at the time had actually brought it in, and her and I had brought this in, and
I remember the name, but yeah. I don't think I was there for the tasting, so I don't remember actually tasting.
Yeah, I can't remember if you were there or not.
I don't remember this one, but
I remember Kilbeggan distinctly.
The one thing that worries me is there is absolutely I cannot find any age statement on there myself. So
it says that it was established in 1757.
I'm pretty sure that is not how long it's been aging. Let's try a little bit of Kilbeggan. The audience voted on this, and this is what they're telling us to try. If we die, it's the audience's fault.
Oh, Kilbeggan. How do you say that? Kilbeggan. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Kind of an epic name. Kilbeggan. Kilbeggan.
I got to say, for an 80 proof, that has quite a bite on it.
Yes, it does.
Very sweet, very sharp,
It's very sharp. I don't like the finish. Not a fan.
Yeah. It is kind of dead, yeah.
It does have a good mouthfeel.
Yep.
I didn't like the mouthfeel either.
Yeah.
I think for Irish, I'll definitely take a Tullamore Dew.
Yeah,
I think we would
Tullamore
take a
Dew's good.
Tullamore Dew. Yeah, I think that we prefer the Tullamore Dew. Yeah, let's see. Sometimes a second shot helps.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, this has got kind of a sharp bite on the tongue. I don't think it's really that bad. It's definitely not bad for an Irish. I've had a lot worse
For a what?
for an Irish.
Oh, an Irish.
Yeah, so
It's one of those whiskeys that kind of gives you that soapy aftertaste, kind of.
yeah, it.
I don't know how to explain it so much.
turpentine.
I gotta say,
a little bit of turpentine.
Yeah.
I think out of all the Irish we've had on the show, I gotta say, I think this is my least favorite.
I don't know about least favorite. It's something I would drink, but it'd have to be pretty cheap.
Yeah. How much a shot on this?
You guys have my paper with all that?
Who stole his paper cheat list?
Sorry, hang on 2 seconds.
Wait, he's
Oh, we
got
got it right
He's got
here.
That is $7.
This is a $7 shot.
Correct.
So, I think I liked your $4 shots better.
Awesome.
I'll stick with the scotch.
Yeah, I think I'll probably stick with the Scotch.
What's that?
I would totally rather have this than the McNaughtons, but I would start with something a little better first.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so after you've had a few and maybe feel a little funny, then maybe you can continue with that.
I always feel funny.
That's funny, because Mark always looks funny. So.
Yeah.
So how much do you blame the audience?
100%. We 100% blame the
It's
audience.
got to be 100%. We're drinking it. Right?
I guess we're 80 proof. Is it 40%? Yeah.
40%. Yeah. there we
We're
go.
blaming the audience 40% in this case.
I think, I don't know if there's anybody in there that does drawing. I think we need to have a superhero that, Spidey-Man, he turned into a superhero after the spider bite. Incredible Hulk had a lab, he's a lab rat gone wrong, basically. I think we need a superhero that somehow his superpower comes from drinking really strong whiskey. I don't know.
Whiskey Man.
It's kind of like the, what was that Jackie Chan movie where...
Drunken Master?
Drunken Master, yes.
The Legend of Drunken
Master.
So, all right, so anybody got any final thoughts on Kilbeggan?
Not so much. Like I said, it's more than I would pay for what it is. It's nothing I hate, but not...
Well, I think Gabe said it best. We've had worse.
Yeah.
And we've had better. Yeah.
And we've definitely had
We've
better.
definitely had better.
At the
So,
price point, I'd definitely go for the Scotch, the Glenlivet, or
Yeah,
some of the others we've had.
Other ones we've had at Doggers, this is the lowest on the scale, I
My
believe.
least favorite of the ones we've had at Doggers, yes. So now, last week, we collected a list of manly mixed drinks. And so please go to our Facebook page, go to our website. We're continuing to collect votes on that. And the 23rd, we're going to be back here. And we're going to do, me and Dogger are going to go shopping together. And we're going to buy some whiskey to do on the show next week. But we'll be here on the 23rd, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, and we'd like to see how many people we can get in the audience. So, I don't know, maybe we'll pick a charity, and like as many people as sit in this front area, I'll give $1 for each person in the audience. And we'll just have to figure out a charity we want to give money to. See which charity can have a representative actually come here, and what's your thoughts?
Dollar Tacos Saturday should get everybody here anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
$1 tacos, what more could you want?
$1
So,
tacos? How can you say no?
Yeah.
Where's the charity that we help all those sober kids in Ethiopia?
You always got to feel for those sober kids. Finish your whiskey. There's sober kids in Ethiopia.
What are you talking about, man? You're behind me. I already finished mine.
Whiskey Man will save them.
Yes. So, well, sober.
kids.
We're talking about the sober ones. That's why we need to finish our whiskey, because there's sober children out there. Yeah. So it was a joke. It's not a good joke, but I didn't think it was a good joke. But it was a joke.
It's a joke,
But,
nonetheless.
it's a war
All right,
out.
so Ed, before we go to nerd news, our new nerd news reel, what other nerd news did we not cover in the dailies?
We have a couple left here. Basically, I don't know if any of you have watched like the Star Wars cartoons that come out in between the movie. There was Clone Wars, and there was Rebels. And yeah, they're great. I'm currently binge watching. I did them in reverse order. I watched Rebels first, and then I decided that I should watch the Clone Wars, and I just can't stop. And so I found out there's a new one coming out. It hasn't said when it's coming out, so we have no idea, but it's supposed to take place after Return of the Jedi, so there's that period in between there and The Force Awakens. And it'll have some of the characters like Poe Dameron. I don't remember the other characters. Some of the actors from the movies will be voicing those characters as well. So that's definitely exciting news if you're a Star Wars fan.
Now, I heard as far as the release date, that the rumor I heard, this is just a rumor, but that they're basically preparing that to be part of the Disney streaming channel launch. And so that's actually going to be, that's where that's going to be available, is on the Disney streaming channel. Have you heard anything about that?
I'm not sure if I read that. That wouldn't surprise me at all, but there's also a live action Star Wars that I'm sure they're gearing up for that Disney live streaming, which I think is coming out in 2019, 2020, something like that. I forgot who's doing that. It's a big name that's doing
Talking about it's a Star Wars television show. That's
Yeah, it's a live action TV show series. Seems like it was Jon Favreau or something, but
I think you're correct,
yeah, don't quote me on that. But yeah, exciting news in the Star Wars world. Other than that, something I'm really excited about is The Dark Crystal. And The Dark Crystal, it's a prequel, and that is has just been confirmed that next Netflix will be airing The Dark Crystal. So I know it's by the Jim Henson Company again. I don't know
So
who the
it's going to
director
be
or
Brian
writer is.
Henson and all them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The Jim Henson, yeah. So, and that starts filming in the fall. So, great news there. I'm a huge Dark Crystal fan. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I am very excited about that. Especially they had a TV show recently. It was like Jim Henson's Creature Shop or something like that. They just had a TV series where they had a bunch of new artists come in, and they're trying to find somebody. The winner of that show actually gets a contract at the Jim Henson Creature Shop. So that is going to be really, really cool to see if they end up using that winner for the new Dark Crystal.
That would be cool. And I know it's supposed to be, I don't know if it's going to be all practical effects, but I know the majority of it will be practical effects instead of CG. So,
I named my first girl dog after, her name's Kira, after the Halfling.
I thought you were going to say Fizzy.
No.
But yeah, that's it for the nerd news this week.
Cool. All right. So remember, June 23rd, we'll be back here at Doggers, and we need as many people in the audience as possible so that when he does get facts wrong, or I get facts wrong, we have more people to correct us and heckle us on getting those facts wrong.
We love ourselves a challenge.
It makes the show interesting. So anyways, we're going to say goodbye for this series. And
let's give one last shout out to Karen. She has been helping us all night.
Thank you, Karen.
And of course, there's Les. And the man himself.
Les running the sound
And the man
lights.
himself, Dogger.
Dogger himself. Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank you very much, Dogger. You are the man.
And now, with the weekly nerd news.
Ollie's $17 whiskey was just named the best in the world. At the Spirits Business Scotch Whisky Masters, judges bestowed 2 gold medals on the Aldi brand. One for its Highland Black Scotch Whisky, and another for its Islay Single Malt Scotch Whisky. Longtime DC Comics artist Ethan Van Schreiber has left DC Comics. When a fan asked if he would ever return to DC, he made his intentions very clear. Maybe one day. But I want to do Cyberfrog for the next couple of years at least. I want to own something I create. DC is great, was good to me, and I had a very good time there. But it's time to try to get rich. Van Schreiber has raised over $187,000 to date with an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign to fund a 48-page Cyberfrog Blood Honey original graphic novel, the first of 4 planned volumes. Lucifer writers working on Season 4. By now, most of you know that the show Lucifer has been saved by Netflix. Showrunner Ildi Modrovich announced that Lucifer writers get to work on writing Season 4 next Monday. She also told fans that they are shooting in LA on the WB lot. Some are saying that director James Wan's lighter version of Aquaman is a shocking change from the past. But the change in tone shouldn't be taken as a slight to Zack Snyder's DCEU movies. But as this follows the extreme failure of Justice League, what else are we to think? To read more on Aquaman, pick up the new issue of Entertainment Weekly on stands now. Disney whips out the cash. Disney is seen likely to raise its offer with cash to win the bidding, sources tell CNBC. Last week, Comcast launched a $65 billion cash offer for the Fox assets, outbidding Disney. Earlier, Disney reached an agreement with Fox to buy the assets for $52.4 billion in stock, and that bid has gained in value to about $55.5 billion. CNBC has reported the company was willing to add cash if needed to win the bidding. The assets at stake include Fox's movie studios, National Geographic, FX, Star TV, Stakes in Sky, Edomo, Shine Group, and Hulu, as well as regional sports networks. Warner Brothers is cracking down on Harry Potter fan events. The news comes out of a report this weekend by the Associated Press, focusing on the recent depowderization of a Quidditch tournament festival at Chestnut Hill College in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The events can still go on, but more as generically wizardy gatherings rather than the explicitly Harry Potter themed. Billy D. Williams back as Lando Calrissian? Star Wars Daily News fan site Fantatrax claims their sources have confirmed that Billy D. Williams will return in J.J. Abrams' Star Wars Episode 9 to reprise his role as the ever-cool Lando Calrissian. The 81-year-old actor revealed he was training 3 times a week and following a new diet plan. Star Wars Episode 9 is set to arrive in theaters December 20th, 2019. Dark Horse announces a Stranger Things comic series. The first series, which is scheduled to launch in September. It will be a 4-issue miniseries that will give us a look into Will's experience in the Upside Down. It all starts on September 26th. Zombie Orpheus Entertainment just won Best Gaming Film at the Origins Film Awards for The Gamers, The Shadow Menace. This 52-minute production brings back the characters from the original 2002 film. The Gamers, The Shadow Menace was created in a joint partnership with Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, or ZOE, and Dead Gentleman Productions, DGP. Netflix 10-episode Lucifer to be 2 parts. Lucifer's Netflix-produced Season 4 will have 2 parts to the story. It will be done in 10 episodes. We were going to have 2 parts to it anyway, so we'll just tell a really strong, gnarly first part, said co-showrunner Ildi Modrovich. Co-showrunner John Henderson continued by saying, doing so lets us concentrate the story and focus it, and that's what's really exciting about this. We have a really strong first half that is now going to make for an amazing story. On a recent episode of Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman podcast, Avengers Infinity War screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely gave serious praise to an overlooked Marvel villain. The mental organism designed only for killing, or commonly known as MODOK. I've wanted to put MODOK in, and it's very hard to go, here's a supporting character, the giant head. And then we're gonna get on with the story. We just came to him for information. You kinda gotta design the whole movie around the guy with the giant head. But I have love for MODOK, and I also think, properly done, he'd be terrifying. Any MODOK fans out there? Matt Reeves wants a standalone Batman franchise without Ben Affleck. Between the endless jokes about Batfleck, the box office flops of Justice League, and Ben Affleck dropping out of directing the still developing standalone Batman film, DC and Warner Brothers can't be too thrilled. Deadline's Mike Fleming Jr. recently wrote, with Matt Reeves rebooting Batman for a new standalone franchise, likely with a new actor to play the Caped Crusader after Ben Affleck's stints in Batman v Superman and Justice League. Are you ready to move beyond Batfleck? Disney raises its bid for Fox to $71 billion. That's more than the $65 billion Comcast offered a week ago. Disney had initially bid $52.4 billion for Fox in December. The cash option shows that Disney, like Comcast, is willing to take on debt for Fox. One sign of how badly the company wants to win. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 goes where on the MCU timeline? Avengers Infinity War ripped our hearts out and made us love the MCU even more for it. Some questioned if Guardians 3 was going to be a prequel or set after Infinity War. Well, James Gunn himself answered many questions with one tweet. James Gunn replied, "It will be after." Impossible to find Pappy Van Winkle available in Saratoga, California. Shots of the most sought-after American whiskey will be made available during Pappy Days at the Saratoga. It's a 7-week tasting of America's cult bourbon, Pappy Van Winkle. Shockingly, we are talking about everything from their 10-year to their 25-year. Good luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor. The return of Patrick Stewart's Captain Picard? Per The Hollywood Reporter, Star Trek Discovery's executive producer Alex Kurtzman has inked an overall deal with CBS Television. The deal is to develop new series, miniseries, and other content opportunities, including animation. This may include the long-rumored return of Patrick Stewart as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart's legacy is deeply entwined with that of Star Trek, so his return ought to make Trekkies very happy indeed. Lucasfilm puts future Star Wars spin-offs on hold. Lucasfilm is reassessing its priorities following the underwhelming debut of Solo: A Star Wars Story. Lucasfilm are choosing to focus their creative energies on the upcoming Episode 9 directed by J.J. Abrams. Sources say they are also still excited about plans for new films like the trilogy being developed by The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson. The new series of movies being developed by Game of Thrones duo David Benioff and D.B. Weiss is also still in the works. The Incredibles 2 smashes box office records in the US. According to Box Office Mojo, The Incredibles 2 made just under $182.7 million for the weekend. The film made a stunning $180 million over the weekend in the US, which is the biggest ever opening for an animated movie by some distance. The previous record holder, Finding Dory, made $135 million in its first 3 days in 2016. In addition, that total gives Incredibles 2 the 8th biggest opening of all time, and makes it the highest ever weekend debut for a PG-rated title. Al Pacino joins Tarantino's Charlie Manson movie. The movie is called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Al Pacino joins Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Damian Lewis, Burt Reynolds, Timothy Olyphant, Kurt Russell, Luke Perry, Dakota Fanning, and more. The movie is about Hollywood, but is seen through the context of the Charles Manson murders in 1969. The film will be released on August 9th, 2018, the 50-year anniversary of the murders of Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. This is totally just a rumor, but Robert De Niro is being eyed for Todd Phillips' Joker movie. Robert De Niro might be joining the DCEU to hang with the Joker, thankfully Joaquin Phoenix's, not Jared Leto's. De Niro is being considered for the supporting role of Murray Franklin, described as a white guy ages 65 to 75. Phillips' Joker movie is being produced by Martin Scorsese. Kevin Smith nearly cried buying jeans after 43-pound weight loss. Kevin Smith was almost brought to tears during a recent shopping trip. Visited the Destination XL I've been going to for over a decade. Since I've lost weight, I was looking to get some new jeans. But I was shocked and delighted to hear we're a specialty store. We don't carry jeans that small. I nearly cried. The Jay and Silent Bob star posted Wednesday on Instagram. Kevin, you have not just made your fans even more proud, but inspired. Nerds Drink Whiskey host Mark Carras was inspired to lose 50 pounds so far. Star Wars: The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson taunted a campaign to remake the movie. A campaign has started online to remake Star Wars: The Last Jedi, claiming that a group of producers will provide the budget. The film's extremely smug director, Rian Johnson, mocked the campaign on Twitter, quoting one of its tweets and adding, "Please actually happen." An ever-growing number of fans have voiced their disdain for the movie since its release in December. Johnson, meanwhile, is still attached to write and direct a new trilogy of Star Wars films.